In this part of the country, watering your foundation is very important, especially when it gets dry. It's really good to make sure that you put a couple of inches of water a week around the house in about a 10-foot area out from the house. Keep that soil moist so that it doesn't dry up and crack and either cause the house to settle or create a large gap between the foundation wall and the dirt. When it gets dry in this part of the country and the clay shrinks, it'll pull away from your house an inch and a half. And then we get a really big rainstorm. The water can rush down that crack. And if you got any vulnerabilities in that wall, it can create flooding issues rather quickly. But the other thing to not do, and it's important that you not do this, is that when you have that big gap, you don't fill it up with dirt. Because if you fill it up with dirt, then when it gets moist again, the old soil is expanding and it just adds that much more pressure to the wall and creates the lateral pressures that pushes the wall in. So watering is important. It's important to make sure that you have the soil sloping away from the house. That's really important if you have a stone foundation. If you have a poured concrete foundation, the footing drains are everything in terms of protecting those walls. But it's still good maintenance to have the soil slope away from the house about an inch or two every 10 feet. So that when it rains, and we have really hard rains, it will help move some of the water away. Most of our rains, however, the water is just going to percolate through that soil and head down to your footing drains. But it's a big help, and it's good maintenance. But make sure that you have 4 to 6 inches of exposed foundation wall. The reason for that is so that you can tell if termites are trying to make their way into your house. They create little tunnels that go up the wall, and if you can't see your wall, then you won't know that the termites are rushing up, making their way up through their little tunnels into your house.